Welcome back, Swifties. Oh, man, what an exciting time to be alive for a Swiftie. It's always an exciting time to be alive, isn't it? I mean, what's the longest she's gone without putting out a record? And she puts something out pretty much every year. Or there's a tour, or there's always something, isn't there, man? It seems. I'm excited for that new record to come out, and to experience that with everybody else. But in the meantime, I'm going to get back to Red. I know I did the album and stuff. I'm going to do Harvey Mudd probably next week, I guess. But this is an interview from around the time of Red, and I just love hearing her talk, man. She's just so elegant and inspiring and all that jazz. Isn't she? So let's see what she had to say all the way back when this was out. Just the title's great there, isn't it? Read every day, lead a better life.
Video first. Hey everybody, I'm Trey Morgan from Z100, coming to you live from Scholastic in New York City. Today is a big day for reading because one of the world's most successful singer-songwriters is here today to talk about how books inspire her and how far reading can take you. Now I know you know who I'm talking about. She's one of Time Magazine's most influential people in the world, Billboard Magazine's Woman of the Year. She has 6 Grammys, 11 #1 singles, and at 22 years old, she has sold over 22 million albums. Her 4th studio album, Red, just came out, and here today at Scholastic, for all of you watching in the audience and all of you watching from your classrooms, the letters R-E-D stand for Read Every Day. I want you to remember that. Now, please, warm welcome for Taylor Swift.
I should read every day, man. We all should, shouldn't we? It's just so much to do every day, man. I've got to do better. I will do better.
Hello.
They applauded the same way when I came out.
This is an excellent crowd. That was incredibly loud, you guys. That was insane. Man.
They are a good crowd. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. It's so good to see you again.
It's good to see you too.
Something else I've been thinking about lately about Taylor Swift is, aside from... it's so multifaceted, isn't it? The reasons that she has become what she has become. And... having good parents to begin with, or a good upbringing, I think that lays great foundations, doesn't it? And it might be easy for people to say, well, it's all right, she had good upbringing, good parents, blah, 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 or whatever. But regardless of anything, man, like what she has achieved artistically, like size-wise, quality-wise, all that, to keep, her integrity as a person, as an artist, and to continue to move forward, with poise and with grace. It's just, it's like, what a fantastic role model she is, man, for people, right?
You're dressed in red, which is perfect for your album title.
Yes, that's been a color I've been wearing a lot lately.
I bet. Now, we've been saying here at Scholastic today that the letters R-E-D stand for... Read Every Day! That's right. So, I know you're going to be answering a lot of questions about books and about reading, but I wanted to start off by asking you about Coming from Philadelphia, moving to Nashville, you know, your friends, your family, and school, how did that influence you as a writer?
I think in school I became obsessed with poetry really early on because, you know, my favorite books were the Dr. Seuss books and Shel Silverstein and like, you know, the books where you have the stories that come together through rhyming. And that was always my favorite kind of book to read because it sounded like a song. Like when you have a line of poetry where the rhymes hit at the right ends of the sentences, it sounds kind of like lyrics. So English class was always my favorite class because of the reading, because of the writing, and mostly because of the poetry.
Yeah, and now did you have a few teachers who recognized your creativity early, and did they encourage it?
There was a kindergarten teacher who said to my mom, hey, I think it was first grade actually, she said, hey, at the parent-teacher conference, she said, just letting you know, we asked Taylor to write an essay. We asked everybody in the class to write an essay, and she turned in 4 pages front and back. So we're just letting you know that might be her area that she's interested in. We're kind of seeing this pretty early on. She wouldn't stop writing.
Wow.
And I think I've just always loved telling a good story, and I've been such a fan of a good story with
I was
interesting
barely writing
characters, and
at
that's
that
why so many
point.
of my songs are story songs.
Now, obviously, you loved writing as a kid. What was the first song you wrote? Can you tell us about it? How old you were? Tell us about the song.
When I think the first one that I really finished that wasn't like a structureless 8-minute song was when I was 12, and I wrote this song called Lucky You that's about this girl who's different, but she believes in herself, and it somehow got leaked online, and it is a terrifying experience when people look it up. It's like, I sound like a chipmunk. I'm 12 in that, but you look back on your first experiences with writing, and every one of those experiences turns you into who you're going to be, and so
Yeah.
I don't think you can ever discount the creations you make when you're really young.
I totally agree. Now, fast forward to today, and a whole lot of songs later, you're not only making records, but you're breaking records. And you write about very human things, about life, relationships, friends, and your music really does inspire millions of people all over the world. And you're a great storyteller, and I'm sure you would agree that books have been a huge source of inspiration for your music and your life.
I think for me, books have been a huge inspiration from my imagination. I was always reading stories about, you know, I was a big fan of fairy tales growing up. And, you know, you'll see a lot of kind of references to like Romeo and Juliet and Scarlet Letter and things like that kind of referenced in my songs. And that's from my reading. That's from the stories that I was brought up with. So, you know, it definitely rubs off to read.
And when Scholastic first announced that you were coming back to do this webcast, we got questions from all over the world. People wanting to know so many things.
I think reading, excuse me, reading like fires up like your imagination, doesn't it? In ways that, you know, watching a TV show or a movie, it doesn't. I wish. Do I wish? It's this is a tough thing for me to kind of talk about, I suppose, or admit. I was going to say I wish I've been encouraged more, you know, to read books of substance, you know, when I was a kid. I suppose I wish I'd just been encouraged, just like in general, really, in any kind of way. For a long time, there's a part of me that has kind of been like, oh, I don't wish anything to be different about the past, because, you know, it is what it is, and you just got to deal with it. But maybe that's like the immature way or the avoidant way to look at your life or your past, you know. Maybe I'm always like was worried about maybe, I don't know, self-pity, or, and I'm not sure what that is, you know. Like, what could I have done different? Like, what could have other people done different? I guess the long and the short of it is I've realised that my childhood was lacking in many ways. which is kind of frustrating or annoying, isn't it? You know, but we all have, you know, our advantages and disadvantages. I'm the eternal optimist. I've got like the toxic optimism. You know, that's toxic positivity. That's is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I'm not sure. I'm still trying to work it out. You know, maybe it's a bit of both. I'm always kind of going, it'll be all right. You know, things are going to work out okay. Does that prevent me from taking action sometimes? Or did it in the past? Probably. Because now I kind of realise, you know, that nothing happens on its own. You know, I need to show up every day, you know, be disciplined, because being disciplined, making those incremental, you know, little steps, they mount up, don't they? You know, and they compound. So things can get better quicker if you're consistent. And I am finding consistency. Pretty annoyed. Well, just pretty annoyed about being ill recently, you know, which is that a ridiculous thing to do when it happens, doesn't it? You know, but man, I was going good, man. Like I was